So, this asks me to find the sine, cosine, and tangent of h. Okay, so first off, I want to make sure we have a right triangle, which we do. And if we don't have a right triangle, we can't do it at this moment. The angle they're telling me to deal with is angle h, so I'm going to make sure I make mention of h, or I kind of highlight h as a important acute angle in this problem. Once I've established the acute angle I'm going to work with, I want to establish the opposite, adjacent, and hypotenuse for that. Let's go with Jaylee. What is the opposite h? GF, which is 12, right? So the opposite measure is 12. Blaine, what is the hypotenuse?
15.
15 is the hypotenuse. Okay, and again, both of those represent by the idea of oppositeness. If I'm at h and I go across the triangle, that's opposite. If I'm at the right angle, I go across the triangle, that's hypotenuse. And the remaining side 9 must be the adjacent side. All right. I want to do sine, cosine, and tangent of h, so I'm going to write down SOHCAHTOA. Very important, you know how to spell that properly, so I'm going to say every single problem you have to use it, write it down. Within a day or two you'll have it memorized and it'll be stuck in your brain for the rest of your life. That's what my 9th grade teacher made me do. About a day it took, you know. Once you write it down about 20 times or so, it's just like, well, it's easy to spell. All right, so I've got sine of h equals something. I've got cosine of h equals something. I've got tangent of h equals something. And every time you write these ratios out, sine of angle, cosine of angle, tangent of angle, make sure S-I-N-C-O-S-T-A-N, make sure you're using those words or those abbreviations. Always equals a fraction. Sine is defined as opposite over hypotenuse. So opposite is 12, hypotenuse is 15. So 12 over 15 is the sine of h. Cosine is defined as adjacent over hypotenuse. Here's adjacent, here's hypotenuse, so 9 over 15. And tangent is defined as opposite over adjacent, opposite 12, adjacent 9, so 12 over 9. When numbers are in the problem, that's simply how you do it. Now, obviously each of these fractions, 12 15ths, 9 15ths, 12 9ths, all look reducible, right? So we should reduce. So the best answer for these in reduced form would be sine of h equals 4/5. Cosine of h equals 3/5. And tangent of h equals 4/3. Always reduce the fractions to lowest terms. And leaving them in fraction form is fine. If you wanted decimals, you could, but 4/5 is 0.8, 3/5 is 0.6, 4/3 is 1.3 repeating. 4/3 is more accurate than, like, let's say 1.33. So leaving them in fraction form makes them more exact. And the more exact you are, the more correct your answers are going to be for what we're going to do. All right, so for right now, this is what you have to be able to do. Find sines, cosines, and tangents of given right triangles. Make sure you draw the triangle, make sure you identify the 3 sides, make sure you write SOHCAHTOA and properly reduce fractions. All right, so go through all the hoops basically in these problems to make sure you have a very good understanding of all the pieces of this. And this is the base level of trigonometry. Having a good foundation in this makes the rest of trigonometry a heck of a lot easier. So make sure you do. It seems like a lot of busy work at this point, but drawing the triangle, identifying the side, opposite, adjacent, hypotenuse, writing the SOHCAHTOA and all this stuff really helps you reinforce everything you're going to understand. And as we go further in and get harder stuff, this will be a fallback because these happen a lot of times where you have to use SOHCAHTOA relationships. So make sure you get that under control and you'll be better off for it.